simply satisfied in her service, by Krishna's mercy. Quote, Krishna had experienced that when Rukmini was offered a parijata flower by Narada Muni, Satyabhama had become envious of her co-wife and had immediately demanded a similar flower from Krishna. In fact, she could not be pacified until she was promised the whole tree. That was actually done by Krishna. The tree was brought down to the earth planet from the heavenly kingdom. After this episode, Krishna expected that because Satyabhama had been rewarded by a full tree of parijata, Rukmini would also demand something. Rukmini did not mention anything of the incident, however, for she was grave and simply satisfied in her service. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vol. 2, Cheech 5.
This isn't something people really teach you about. If you think about childhood and the lessons the elders try to impart, most of them focus on school and work. Do your homework, go to sleep on time, eat your vegetables, that sort of thing. To me, there is one glaring omission. I don't think I have heard anyone counsel on this subject, but it is something I have noticed through my own experience. Basically, the entire life experience is like navigating one vast network of jealousy. Seriously, from the smallest, most insignificant thing, to those that obviously catch the attention in a negative way of others. For instance, within a family, the dynamic early on is that there are the parents and the two children. Everything appears to go along smoothly. There are not too many issues. A few years down the line, there is a new generation of children within the same family. Basically, the older children now have siblings who are much younger than them. Suddenly, there is not one moment of peace. No family vacation is lacking tumult, chaos, yelling, and screaming. This condition continues well into adulthood. It seems that no one is ever satisfied. Even the parents can become envious. When I talk to my friend on the phone, his wife becomes jealous. If I buy a new home, my parents refuse to visit. If I should happen to bring food to the house, they won't touch it. It is like they are trying to tell me that they are better, that I should not try to overshadow them in this area or that. I get it that we are human beings and we all have our faults. Of course I am envious from time to time, but the whole thing has me so fatigued. I am ready to be totally done with people. I think back to the pastimes of Sri Krishna with one of his principal queens, Satyabhama. She was the jealous type, and Krishna kept trying to satisfy her. Why should life have to be like that?
There is simply nothing that can be done to change the situation. Family life involves some sort of income stream. See, there has to be business involved in earning a living. As soon as there is business, there is competition. It could be within the same family. Neighbors compare the cars they drive, the square footage of the home, the university the children gain admission to, and so on. We see from the pastimes of Krishna in the city of Dwarka that all kinds of personalities will be accommodated in devotional service. It is not that a person has to suppress their nature. Rather, that is the key to success in spiritual life. Follow your nature, but do so in a way that is connected to the interests of the Almighty. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha, prakriter gyanvan api, prakritim yanti bhutani, nigraha kim karishyati. Quote, even a man of knowledge acts according to his own nature, for everyone follows his nature. What can repression accomplish? Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita, 3:33. If we are struggling and being caught in the middle of competing jealousies, we can take comfort from the example of Rukmini Devi. She was not the envious type. She knew that Krishna had other queens in Dwarka. She knew the lengths to which Krishna would go to satisfy their desires, such as in bringing the parijata plant from the heavenly region. Despite this, Rukmini did not show envy. She was not bothered at all when her husband's friend from childhood came to visit. Rather, she showered that friend with benedictions, such that the poverty condition was immediately eradicated. In closing, from Rukmini, the chief queen, ideal behavior seen, to that simple service dedicated, by her immediately eradicated, that poverty condition known, by Sudama in Dwarka shown, the minefield of envy to dread, but to follow her example instead.